The channel has recently hit 50,000 subscribers, so I thought I'd do a Q&A and answer anything you'd like to ask. My last one was when I hit 25,000 subs, which never even hit 900 views, proving that sub count is largely irrelevant, but anyway, I digress. I'd like to start off by giving a special thanks to anyone who has ever considered me worthy enough to become a channel member or ever donated. The sentiment, much more than the money, is much appreciated. I've chosen the best, most relevant questions to answer, and I'll be reading them in a voice I imagine the person sounds like. So without further ado, let's get to it. Stinky Index asks, what was your favourite video ever to make? Probably the original How to Speedrun a KO Perico in under 30 minutes. This went on to hit over 1.6 million views, my largest viewership ever. I remember spending a solid week after work editing it, knowing this was really good and covered so many details and strats that nobody else had known about or covered yet. It was a large part of what gave me a channel boost in subscribers. SendReg25 asked, how long does your average guide take? And what do you use to edit or animate? It depends on the guide, but usually at least a few days to a whole week. I like to make sure I get the relevant footage with what I'm talking about, even if it's only mentioned for a few seconds. I'd much rather that than footage of an online race while talking about a heist. I use this brilliant free software called DaVinci Resolve. Random person asked, is there anything in particular that sparked your interest in content creation? Are there any other games you have considered branching your content into besides GTA? This very channel only started out as a way of putting out clips really for my own amusement. It was only after I put out the world record take of $5.5 million from the Diamond Casino, followed by us beating that with $5.9 million, that started to blow up, which meant loads of views and loads of new subscribers. It took me a while to realise I could now actually monetize this content, and then it obviously grew from there. I have played other games on stream and made videos about them, but 99.9% of my audience only watches GTA. So it's never worth it and will only ever harm growth rather than aid it. Abby69 asked, what bike is that in the time trial video? The Hakuchu Drag. It's always the Hakuchu Drag. Johnsy asked, how did you come up with the name BeatsDown? Growing up, I wanted to be a music producer. I'd been on a couple of sound engineering courses and used to have a channel on SoundCloud. Much of the music you hear in my videos is music that I myself produced, like my intro theme, and this classic. All of the music you hear in the background of my live streams is all music I have made, so BeatsDown comes from my producer name. Josh Horton asked, why do you talk bad about other guitar YouTubers when they have over 1 million more subs than you? This is a very common question and only ever asked by morons. For some reason, people think that the popularity of someone means that they are more likely to be right. If that is the case, then I'm always right compared to those asking the questions in the first place, purely because I have more subscribers than them. This is a bit like the argumentum ad populum logical fallacy, which basically means someone must be correct if they or most people think so. If 1 billion people thought that the moon was made of cheese, and only 4 people thought it wasn't, that wouldn't mean the moon is made of cheese. It just means that those billion people were wrong. If I think another YouTuber is incorrect or makes rubbish content, then I'll say so. It's not for my benefit, I know what I'm doing and what's good and what's not. It's for the benefit of those who watch them. Ethan Platis asks, is the professional the best GTA YouTuber? Welsh Turkey asks, will you ever do a pack standard max tick? One on the bikes, plus elite, like Wit did? He's referencing the speedrunner made by Wit and his friends who have done this on PC. I would definitely give it a go, but Turkey knows full well how long it can take getting the relevant people together in order to make things like this a go, as I've been waiting on him personally for about 3 weeks now to help speedrun the Diamond Casino heist with the diamonds. Arslix asks, what YouTubers you want to collaborate with, And would it be possible if you make a rags to riches in GTA Online? I don't really have any interest in working with other YouTubers, to be honest, but I'd be open to it if another one approached me with an idea. The OGs of this channel will remember the Riches to Rags series I made some years ago, which ended up being a cult hit. That means that those who watched it absolutely loved it, but it never got the exposure or viewership it deserved. It was very much a tongue-in-cheek look at the game, while detailing my rise back to the top after hitting rank 1000 in online and starting again.
I then asked Trevor what he thinks about GTA YouTuber The Professional's videos.
I am not fucking interested!
As for doing any more, it's not something that interests me. Doggy Boy asked, how did you get into speedrunning? They got to a point in the game where I earned so much money that I needed a new challenge, so I started looking at how to become better at other aspects of the game. It was the original Elite challenges from the first online heist which set this in motion, as they are by far the hardest to complete. Nothing like the heist we get now, where you have a whole 15 minutes to get the Elite challenge, when it can take you less than 5 minutes. For the most part, I'm pretty much done with speedrunning side of the game for now. Andrew Azedo asked, what was your favourite Guitar Online DLC? Hard to pick a favourite, but the most important DLC was the original Heist DLC, way back in 2015. Without the success of this, we would never have had the Doomsday, or Casino, or Cayo Perico. Those around at the time know just how big this was. Epic Beats Gaming asked, what is your favourite heist in GTA Online? I have two favourites, Doomsday Act 3 Finale, because of how hard most people find it to do, and the Humane Labs Raid, which is the heist with the most variety of gameplay. The other heists have lost the appeal that the originals had, because there's never any proper set roles anymore, where teamwork and individual competence was paramount, where now you can mostly rely on basically one person doing the hardest bits. Sly Band of Thieves is the best Sly Cooper game asked, why are you so good looking? Jeans and Jim. Thank you to everyone who submitted a question. I hope you enjoyed this, and if so, here are some other videos of mine you may also like. I'm BeatsDown, and I'll see you in the next one.